Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Dania and today's topic focuses on two different types of prepositions which are on and above. So basically I will explain the differences between these two prepositions. I will show you the meaning, like what is the meaning of on and what is the meaning of above, and how can we use them in sentences, like how can we use on and above in sentences. So without further ado, let's start the lesson and not to keep you waiting. The first preposition is on. So how can we use on in sentences, and what is actually the meaning of on? When something is on another thing, what does that mean? It means it is directly touching it. Sounds confusing? Okay, let's have a look at the following examples to understand the idea much better. Let's have a look at this example. The book is on the table. What does that mean? Let's have a look at the picture. Where is the book on the picture? The book is touching the table. So if the book is touching the table, we need to use on. So if the book here exactly like touching the table, then we say on the table. Alright, so this is basically the use of on. Now let's have a look at another example. There is a sticker on a wall. On a wall. So where is the sticker? It is on a wall. So if you look at the picture, is the sticker touching the wall? Yes. In this case, we use on a wall. All right? So this is how we can use on in sentences. Now let's look at above. Above basically is the opposite of on. How? It refers to something being at a higher level than another thing and not touching it. So this is basically the opposite of on. Let's have a look at some examples to understand how we can use above in sentences. The painting is above the sofa. So if we look at the picture, and then we look at the painting and the sofa, are they touching each other, or there is a space between them? Well, there is actually a space between them because the painting is a bit higher than the sofa, and it is not, and they are not touching each other. So in this case we use above. So meaning that you need to use above to describe two things that are not touching each other. It's like one is higher than the other, unlike on. Alright, now let's have a look at another example to understand the idea better. A bird is flying above a tree. So if you look at the bird, is the bird touching the tree? No. Where is the bird? Higher than the tree. It's in a higher position than the tree, so in this case we use above. Alright, so this is how we can use above in sentences. Now what we need to do is that we need to look at extra examples where we can use on and above the same sentence. Right, so let's have a look. This example uses just the preposition on. Alright, here we have the cat is sleeping on the bed. So if we look at the picture, is the cat touching the bed? Yes. So in this case we use on. But if you want to use above, so let's say there is a shelf above the bed, alright, and if the cat is sleeping on the shelf, so we can say the cat is sleeping above the bed. So that means there must be like a shelf which is connected maybe on the wall and higher than the bed. So this is how we can say the cat is sleeping above the bed, or the cat is sleeping on the bed. Alright, let's have a look at another example. The bird is on the roof or above the roof. What is the difference between the two of them? If we look at the first one, the bird is on the roof. Let's have a look at the picture. Is the bird touching the roof? Yes. In this case we use on. But how about above? Is the bird touching the roof? No, it is not touching. The bird is located higher than the roof, so in this case we use above. Alright, now let's have a look at another example. The kite is on or above the tree. What is the difference between the two? Let's have a look. The kite is on the tree. If you look at the picture, is the kite touching the tree? Yes. So in this case, we use on. But in here, is the kite touching the tree? No, it is located higher than the tree, and so we use above. All right. Now let's have a look at another one. The clouds are on or above the mountains. What is the difference between the two? Let's have a look. The clouds are on the mountains. So if we look at the picture, are the clouds touching the mountains? Yes. In this case, we use on. But here, the clouds are above the mountains. Are they touching the mountains? No, they are not. They are located higher than the mountains, and so we need to use above because they are not touching the mountains. All right, let's have another example. I placed my keys on above the table. What is the difference between the two? Let's have a look. Number one, I placed my keys on the table. So if you look at the picture, are the keys touching the table? Yes. In this case, we use on. But if we look at the next sentence, I placed my keys above the table. So if you look at the picture, where are the keys? Are they touching the table? No, they are basically placed on a peg. The peg are basically placed on the wall, the one with the black color. Alright, so that one is called peg. So usually we use pegs like to hang our keys or maybe jackets, things like that. Alright, so in this case, they are not touching the table, and so in this case we need to use above because they are positioned a bit higher than the table. So this is how we can use above in sentences. But if you want to ask about the peg, like where is the position of the peg, they are on the wall. Why? Because they are touching the wall. So this is how we can differentiate between on and above. So I really hope the differences between these two prepositions are easy to understand. If you have any questions or if you are still confused, all you need to do, let me know your questions in the comments and I will definitely respond to your questions, or I will create another video. Alright? Also, if you have other topics that you want me to focus on, feel free to let me know the kind of topics. So really feel free to let me know what you want me to focus on. And as for the upcoming video, I'm basically thinking about explaining other types of prepositions. It's like I will be differentiating between different types of prepositions, so prepositions will be quite easy for you to understand. All right, but again, any other topics that you want me to explain, just enlighten me with them. Yeah, thank you so much for being here and for listening to everything that I have just talked about. So in this case, I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I will be looking forward to having you on the upcoming English Grammar podcast. All right, so have a great day and take care. Bye bye.